It is 7:56 a.m. And Mom is in the room on the phone with someone. She's not on the house phone, which means she's either on her cell phone, which I doubt because Portugal is 5 hours ahead of us. She usually doesn't talk to people this early. She's speaking Portuguese, but she also talks to herself all the time.
Mas ele não te chama? Ele não te chama uma vez por outra? Sim. Não dá para ver mais com a tarde, comi lá, não dá para ver semana passada, não para ver com a tarde e lá. Mas falo mais contigo que falo com ele lá e o tarde.
She's on the phone with somebody from Portugal. So if it's almost 8 o'clock here, it would be almost 1 o'clock there. Very unusual, but she has a very huge habit of loving to talk about me. Even though I'm not doing anything to her, she will talk about me, so. I took the dogs out earlier. That was the 5 a.m. run. My sleep is horrible. My doctor is not giving me my sleep medication, and there's nothing that I can do about that. So, I am exhausted, tired, even though I just literally got up a couple hours ago. It's stupid. There's nothing worse than insomnia. Like, you feel tired when you I actually have slept a little bit. So tired right now. I'll add this to another video later. So I had to film this because I think it's funny. I can't zoom in, hang on. Look at this little head that keeps popping up over here. She can hear me, so she pops up every now and then she disappears. Hey, you. Beautiful. Beauty. Boop. Look at those ears. What you doing? Oh, you're gonna come see me? Come on. Come here. You can get up here. You know how to jump. Big head. Now Vinny's gonna come. Vinny is too short to jump. Oh God, no, ma'am, you better get out of my room. I don't do dogs in my room because I'm allergic to them. And if we didn't have carpet in the room, I wouldn't care, but what are you doing? Oh, you're gonna get kinky now. Come here. This big bobblehead girl. Why are you standing on Vinny? Get off of him. Oh, goodness. Vinny. What you doing? Hi, you. Hey, old man. You're scratching up the couch. Yes, I see you. You guys have the worst breath. Chihuahuas, unfortunately, don't have the best of teeth. Yeah. Halitosis for real, because people, well, it's humans, we do it. Breed standards, wanting that nice short little nose like Vinny has. Come here, Vinny. Come here. Come here, Vinny. Oh, you're so fat, little boy. Oh God. Wait, come this way. I can't pick you up like that. Okay, there we go. Look. Okay. This short little nose that they want on Chihuahuas, do you see how short that is? Well, guess what? Dogs still have the same number of teeth, so You try to cram all that into a mouth, and now look. You see how yellow and ugly and disgusting his teeth are? And he just turned 8. I get it, but you're talking about a dog that could live to be 16. That easy. Like, okay? And I don't breathe in my face, bro. Woo! Your breath stinks. And I have the toothpaste. I have all of that for them, and I give them treats, and he's not a big chewer. But unfortunately, when you breed these dogs and you want these big bobble heads and you want these tiny little short snouts. Come here, Vinny. Come here. Hey, everybody see your ugly smile. Oh, God. The teeth, every one of them is just tartarized to hell. And his breath is horrible. You're going to break your leg. Beauty, come here. I don't know that her teeth are any better. Honestly, like I said, I brush them and they get things to chew on. Oh, come here. She chews on things, but not as much as she used to when she was younger. She's about 4 or 5 now. The breeder didn't know, but you can see her teeth are about the same. Good girl. I know. You're like, what are you doing? Why are you making me have my teeth all jacked up? You're a good girl. It's hard to see, sorry, but you can see they're still yellowish. And there's lots of brown in the back. Ugh. And her breath is horrible. They both smell like something died in their mouth. God. Anyway. That is... I'm covered in dog hair now. Oh my God. You guys stink so bad. I gotta wash my hands. Unfortunately, we, as people, want breeds to look a certain way, and we cause them their health problems. Kind of like people love the old English Bulldogs. You know, they sit there, they look all cute and stuff, but when I went to my first dog show and I saw them, I felt very bad. I knew that that was a breed I would never get into. I didn't want to be a part of that. It's not that they are bad dogs, but I would encourage everybody to go to a dog show, an AKC dog show. These are dogs that are bred to the standard of what each breed is supposed to look like, because what you see in your pet store, what you see walking down the street, is not the same as what the breed is supposed to look like. And sometimes it's better and sometimes it's worse. And when I went to dog shows, I went to many to figure out which breed I wanted to be involved in, which breeds I wanted to show. I helped with Great Dane Rescue many, many, many years. Because people get into those thinking, oh my God, they're so cute. And I want this really mega-sized dog, but then they have a 110-pound, 4-month-old puppy, and they're like, it's not cute anymore. You know, so a lot of the issues with animals and rescue, unfortunately, is because we bring it on ourselves. But I will say this. I went to a dog show, a good few, because I was showing, my first one was an American Staffordshire Terrier named Mojo. And he was a blue fawn brindle. So he was blue-based with stripes like a tiger, but he had white on all 4 feet and the tip of his tail and right up the middle of his face ablaze, and I loved it. He was like gorgeous, and he became a grand champion and international champion and was triple registered, all of that within a year. And I did very well, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just showed up at a dog show with a dog. I watched some other people do it. I got in the ring. I did it, and he did very well. We did very well. So I'm thankful for that, because it really got me into a new hobby that I loved it. But I will say this. When you see breeds as they really are meant to be, and I watched people in the back room spend 2 to 3 hours spraying, blow drying, teasing, combing, pulling, plucking, dabbing little powder and things you're not supposed to be doing onto different areas of dogs, I knew that nothing with hair, first of all, goes with my allergies. And secondly, I was not wanting to do all that work. So it told me which breeds I wanted to be involved in. And a lot of people don't realize when you get certain breeds and you're like, oh my God, a Pomeranian, it's so cute. Guess what? They got cottony, furry hair. It gets tangled. You have to brush them. Okay, so a lot of people don't realize what they're getting into when they get in these breeds. And that's why I recommend everyone go to a dog show. They will let you walk around. You can walk around to the back room and you can see where the people are grooming and you see what's involved with these dogs. Because, yeah, it's one thing, and this is my saying, you have to be able to live with the breed. It doesn't matter what you like the look of. There's a lot of things, I hear all over me. There's a lot of things that I like the look of, but I cannot live with. Just their personality. I like Jack Russells. Smart little dogs. Feisty little dogs. Terriers. All of them. But X-Hubs had one, and I'll tell you what, he was the most annoying dog I've ever had in my life. He screeched and howled and barked and yelped and whined, and he just was a hyper little asshole. And every time we had to clip his nails, you would think that we were cutting his freaking throat or cutting his ears off his head. I mean, the dog sounded like you were killing him. He peed all over everybody. J-Hubs had to hold him. I had to try to clip his nails. He would try to bite whoever was holding him. I mean, it was just ridiculous. And I'm not saying they're all like that, but these are shelter dogs. He got them, you know, and he didn't do a whole lot with them. So that's mainly his fault. But I'm going to say, regardless, I know other people who have had Jack Russells and their mini blinds are all shredded because every time someone goes down the sidewalk, the dogs go nuts and they're like, ah! And they can't get to the person, so they just tear up the blinds because they got to get the energy out somewhere. And that's a terrier thing. Even a Yorkie will do that. And people just don't realize. And for those of you who are saying, well, that's why I'm not a cat person, blah, blah, I like dogs. Shut the fuck. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's different breeds of cats. I've had many. They all have different personalities, just like dog breeds. I don't know why people think it's not that way for cats. But it is. So with any pet, I don't care if you got a fucking Komodo dragon in your house. Just please make sure you know what you're getting into and don't put somebody else's pets at risk over you wanting to have a certain thing, because there are so many men and so many women. I'm not even going to say whatever. It don't matter. There are so many people that want these badass, super aggressive, huge dogs. Sorry, I cut my video off on myself. This one right here. Romeo. Ro. Turn around. There you go. Alright, that's 100 and... I keep saying 130 pounds, but honestly, I think he's made it closer to 145-ish now. He's huge. Stop. I'm trying to get your face. I don't want you sniffing my butt. Weirdo. Big boy. Okay, I can tell you all day. I have an alpha personality. If you don't have one, you do not need one of these kind of dogs. You don't need a pit bull. You don't need a Dogo Argentino. You don't need any of the bigger dogs that have all the power. Because the thing is, if you are not going to be able to control this, you're such a brat. You don't need to own it. Because there's no reason for you to put some child, some person, some other person's pet at risk because you decide you like the look of something, but you don't have what it takes to control that. Why are you staring me down? Yeah, I know. I woke you up. You were trying to sleep on my feet. What are you doing? What happened? Look at that face. Just serious. It's like, what? Why did you wake me up? You called me. Oh, what you watching? Checking out the lake behind me. Ow. Anyway, I'm just going to say, be responsible, people. Make your choices based on reality. Not fiction. Not dreams. Not, I've always wanted one of those, because I was so freaking off topic. Stop sniffing the back of my knees. What is wrong with you? I will tell you, when I went to my first dog show, I was very, very surprised. First of all, old English Bulldogs. I thought about them. It's not a breed I want to get into because you pretty much have to have C-sections for all your females. And any woman out there who's had a C-section, all right, you know how sore your scar is and how much it hurts and you just want to like lay there and die. Not saying they're all bad. I've had a couple, but imagine having to have that every time you have puppies, and then you've got 4 to 6 little buggers that have claws that are doing this right on that scar and next to the scar while they're trying to nurse. So I'm not going to ever get into a breed that I have to do C-sections and things on, because we are making that choice for the dog. The dog is not making that choice. And to me, that's a moral thing. For me. Okay. I don't fault anybody else. But that aside, I will say, when I went to my first dog show and I saw Old English Bulldogs, they sounded like they were about to have an asthma attack that was going to kill them. First of all, just sitting in a cage, not moving. Like, these are back of the ring dogs that haven't gone in the ring. They're not in the heat. They're inside an air-conditioned building. And they were like... I mean, that was like every breath. Okay, to me, that sounded painful. 2, I think people are used to seeing them on TV and commercials, and you have to understand they only pick certain kinds to do that. Sorry, my allergies are the worst, and I'm legitimately swallowing snot right now. Anyway, when you put 100 pounds, 80 to 100 pounds on a dog that is as small as an English Bulldog, it's too much. And not even that, because I won't even say they're as small as you're used to seeing. I saw some that were huge. I mean, you're talking 100 pounds of a dog in a little tiny body, all compact and snorting and drooling and sniffling, and they're the only breed that I saw here in Florida. We have a lot of outdoor dog shows. They're the only breed that I saw that people would take towels soaked in ice water coolers, and they continuously had to take the ice water towels out and drape them over the dog just so the dog doesn't overheat and it can even do the show. And this is an outdoor show in the 80s, not even talking the 90s, on the temp. It was just, to me, not something I wanted to get involved in, so. And I'm over here wheezing. I'm getting ready to have to take my asthma inhaler, but I will just say, do your research, folks. Don't just pick a breed for the look. Pick it for what you want, and what you need, and what you can live with. And I will tell you this one, who's making noise and for some reason thinks he wants to sleep under my foot. I really researched this one here because I wanted something that was going to be good with children. That's a must. Good with other animals. That's a must. Huge protection dog that will give its life if it needs to defend the family. And the last thing that was like the deal sealer, I mean, just on looks alone, most people don't come down the sidewalk. They literally cross the road when they see him standing there, because he has a habit of just standing and staring and looking at them and not moving. And that's what Bull Mastiffs do. They watch. But the other thing was, I don't do yapping dogs. Bark, 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 bark. It is so annoying. And Bull Mastiffs never bark unless somebody is in your yard at your door or has come in your house that they don't know. And if you say it's okay, it's okay. But I will tell you this dog was about 6 months old before I heard, and I got him at 9 weeks. I'd seen him since 5 days old. He was about 6 months old before I ever heard him make the first bark. One bark in the backyard while we were playing one day. And I was like, he speaks! But they just do not bark. These are considered the night watchman's dogs. Way back when, I want to say 1800s, they were meant to be to guard estates. The night watchman, the guard, the whatever, he walked and patrolled the premises to make sure poachers were not out there. And the preferred color is dark brindle. He's a fawn brindle. He's not the darkest, but they were meant to patrol the grounds. And they basically have super hearing, great sense of smell. And when they detect something, person, predator, wolf, coyote, whatever, they just go. They don't bark. They're not like hounds where they bark all the way there. They don't do that. Quiet. And they use their size and their weight to knock something down, pin it down, and hold it with their mouth. And if need be, they will fight. But they don't. Basically, they were meant to knock down, hold, and pin whoever it is that's trespassing until... Oh, sorry, my arm is... You know, I really hate when my phone cuts off while I'm filming. That's why I hate filming on the back side of my phone, because I can't see it. But basically, what I was finishing saying is that the night watchman's dog, the Bull Mastiff, was bred to hold, pin, not maul a person until the guard got to them. And back in the day, poaching was penalized by death. So, poachers had no problem trying to stab, hit, beat, kill the dog, and they will fight to the death, but they're not a breed that mauls. People say that pit bulls maul. I wouldn't say they maul. I would say they aggressively hold and just don't let go. If you've watched videos online, you will see that they just hold. And that's just a terrier thing. It's not a pit bull thing. It's a terrier thing. Even a Jack Russell will do that when they get a hold of something small. Jack Russells are ratters. They're meant to hunt small vermin, rabbits, rats, mice. Yeah, check one of those out when he's going after one and tell me that they don't look like a little pit bull, because they do. Ex-hubs had one and he was a pain in the ass, just like I said. But I know other people who've had them and they destroy things in the house. Sorry, I'm trying to move the cord. Anyway, a lot of this video got cut off and I didn't realize it, so I'm just adding to the very end to say, please, just do your research on your breeds. And I believe what got cut off was me talking about the Fila Brasileiro. Filabraseiro, I believe. It's a Brazilian Mastiff. It's called a Fila, Fila Brasileiro. Just put in Fila dog, Fila dog. Okay, you will see a dog that looks like a freaking bloodhound, and they are the only dog that a judge does not put their hands on. In dog shows, they do not touch them because they are that aggressive, that protective, that single family oriented to only the people that see them every single day and live with them every day can actually touch these dogs. So it has nothing to do with looks. A muscular dog does not mean it's an aggressive dog. A dopey, slow-looking, bloodhound-looking dog like a Fila does not mean it's not an aggressive dog. Turkish breeds, there is one that is a Kangol. I believe I'm saying that right. It's Kangol, I believe. Check them out. They're huge. Huge! Big, fuzzy, shepherd-looking thing. They don't play. They will take down wolves in a minute, and that's what they're bred to do. But what I'm just saying is, please do your research. So you're not buying something based on what it looks like as a puppy. You're not getting something on what you think it's supposed to look like as an adult because you saw it on a commercial that way. Go to your local dog shows. and look at the breeds, because that's where you're going to see the ones that have to fit the standard, which is the written description, the official description of what the breed should look like, how big it should be, how heavy it should be, and how it should act. You can look up any breed standard you want online. Google is your friend. And look up videos to see how they move, see how they act. Not every breed is great with little kids. It just is what it is. It doesn't make it a bad dog. It just means that they just don't tolerate little kids, especially your alpha breeds. People don't realize that when you allow your dog to sleep in your bed and get on your couch, you're telling that dog that it has a certain rank in your pack. And by doing that, when you have children later or people bring children over, that dog does not immediately go, oh, that's a little human, I'm supposed to like bow down to them and let them pull my ears and let them pull my tail and let them crawl on me on the couch. It doesn't work that way. And this is how kids get bit and attacked and killed. And this is how other people get bit and attacked and killed, and other animals. If you want your dog to be respectful of every human that comes in, they have to stay out of your bed, off your couch. They have the lowest rank, and you keep them at the lowest rank. They don't come in your front door before you when you're walking them in on a leash. And I will walk Romeo in, and I allow him to step in the door. However, I make him stop, and both of the Chihuahuas will pass him before he comes into the door. I don't mind coming behind him because he's not challenging me. If he was the type of dog that was challenging me on behavior, he'd be the last MFer in that door, I assure you. But people don't realize little things like this. It's not a bad dog. It's bad ownership and not understanding the mentality of an animal. You're choosing to live with an animal. Sorry, I hiccups again. So just be aware, and please do your research and educate yourself. Humans are not the most intelligent breed or species, as far as I'm concerned. We do have the capability to do it, but a lot of times we just assume, hey, we're human, we're on top, we got this, we run this. No, it doesn't work like that everywhere. So, anyway, hoping everyone is being safe and having a good day, and I apologize for the video being all choppy because I didn't realize it cut off as much as it did. And I said it's so much more than what I'm saying right now, but it's enough. So, see you guys next time around.